Yusuf alayhi salam, he becomes the next Aziz. He becomes the next minister and treasurer of Egypt. Allah has given him such a position that he is now second to only the king. During the years of famine and drought, they need food to survive, okay? There's nothing else growing. It's years of famine and drought. They need food. Yusuf alayhi salam has that. He has the access to that. He's helping people ration things, and obviously a lot of people are coming to him so that because they need grains, they need wheat, they need food to survive. Yusuf alayhi salam's brothers, they arrive in Egypt. He knows it's his brothers, but they don't know that it's him. They don't know that that's Yusuf alayhi salam. Why? Because remember, they threw him into the well when he was a little child. He was a kid. How could they know, right? You know, he's now much older now. So many years have gone by. Kids, they don't look the same, right? He's older now, and they could never imagine that Yusuf alayhi salam was even alive. They thought he was dead. They left him for dead. They left him at the bottom of a well. There was no way that a child could survive in that climate. They could never imagine that this would be Yusuf alayhi salam. But it was. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protected him. Yusuf alayhi salam was not hasty. He could have immediately said, hey, it's me. Or now that he's in a position of power and authority, he could have said, hey, come here, right? You're in my territory now. I am only second to the king now. He could have taken action there and then. He could have taken revenge there and then. But Yusuf alayhi salam did not do that. Okay, he didn't reveal his identity just then. Right? He waited. He had a conversation with them, and he was planning ahead. He was very, very, he very, very meticulously, right, and in a very composed manner went about things. What does he want the most? Yusuf alayhi salam wants to be reunited with his father, with Yaqub alayhi salam. He wants to be reunited with his family. He wants things to go back to the way things were. He wants things to go back to normal again. Right? Now, he wouldn't have achieved that if he just went and punished his brothers. Okay, it wouldn't have worked that way. Right? So he needs to be clever in the way that he's doing things now. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala inspired him to do things in that way. Okay? The lesson that we learn here is that we as believers, like Yusuf alayhi salam, need to avoid hastiness in our lives. We need to avoid making rash decisions in our lives because of him holding himself together, because of him remaining calm and composed. What happened in the end? Right? You know, when the time was right, when Allah decided that the time was right, then Yusuf alayhi salam revealed eventually his identity to them, right? And he was able to bring his entire family back together and reunite his family. We'll come to that. Our Prophet ﷺ, he said that, you know, the opposite, calmness and composure, at-ta'anni, it comes from Allah. This is something which Allah inspires. This is something which Allah loves and appreciates. But then he also tells us that al-ajalatu min ash-shaytan. That ajala, hastiness, is from shaitan. Shaitan wants you to be hasty. Shaitan wants you to make a rash decision. He doesn't want you to think, right? He wants you to live to regret those decisions. But believers who are calm and composed, they don't regret their decisions. They do things in a calm and collected manner. They do things with patience. They do things upon taking advice from those senior and more knowledgeable than them. You know, they do things in a proper manner. And that's the way we're supposed to do things as Muslims.